know if you clicked on this video, it's because you want to get better, because you want to grow, and because, sometimes you find yourself in these situations where you don't know how to handle them. And looking at things like this, looking at things that you may be doing that will be considered emotionally immature, and here you were thinking that you're emotionally mature, will give you perspective so that you can make it better, so you can do something about it. Hello and welcome. My name is Melissa from thepurposecoaching.com, and today we're going to look at emotional immaturity versus emotional maturity and what those two look like. So when we were little, I think we all pretty much knew where we're going to grow, right? We saw our family members, our cousins, our friends, and we knew that one day we would be older and we would mature. But once we actually become adults, this is no longer the case. You're not going to get wiser just because you get older. Yeah, maybe certain things will happen to you that you'll get some experience from, but otherwise, unless you're intentionally putting yourself in those positions where you're going to grow, you're not going to grow. I know many people that they're pretty much the same person they were in high school 5 years ago, a year ago, and they haven't changed much because they've never tried to get out of their comfort zone. They've never tried to make themselves uncomfortable, to stretch themselves. And they're just stuck in the same place they were. People always want to improve their circumstances, but never themselves. And you don't improve just by living. You have to be intentional about your growth. Okay, so we're going to read off some of these. It's going to be emotional immaturity versus emotional maturity. So emotional immaturity is reactive. This is the, oh my God, why does this happen to me? Poor me, why do bad things always happen to me? An emotionally mature person is proactive. So they make a choice. So even if bad things happen, which they do, bad things happen to everybody, this person chooses to take action so that these things don't keep happening. They take responsibility. Emotionally immature acts out emotions. So this person is like a child, like they act out, just how a kid, when they have a tantrum, they yell, they kick and scream. And there's actually a lot of you out there like this that actually don't know how to handle your emotions and you just act them out like a child. An emotionally mature person acts on their emotions. This person obviously still gets upset, obviously still gets very emotional, but they act on them, meaning if they need to go talk to somebody, they go talk to somebody. If they need to go have that conversation with somebody, they go have that conversation. If they need to take a moment, they take a moment. They act on them. They don't act them out. An emotionally immature person is governed by habit, so meaning they just do what they've always done because that's what they know, that's what they're used to. So they don't ever venture out to do something different. They don't ever get out of their comfort zone. They never try something new. They never go for what they want. They just do what they know, what they've always been used to doing. An emotionally mature person is governed by their purpose. So whatever it is they have to do, they go do it, even if that means putting themselves in situations that they don't know what they're going to do, in situations where they're afraid, in situations where they're so uncomfortable. They still put themselves in those situations because at the end of the day, they're governed by their purpose. An emotionally immature person often operates from fear and scarcity. So this person, again, they don't do anything that they're not sure of. They don't do anything that they're not confident in, which pretty much everything you don't know. Because they're afraid, because they don't want to do something that they're afraid of. They don't want to make a fool of themselves. Same thing with scarcity mindset. They're just thinking of that, I don't want to not have this. I don't want to not have this. Whereas an emotionally mature person operates from love and abundance. So to them, everything is love. Everything is comes from a place of love, comes from a place of loving themselves, of loving others, and doing what's best. No matter how afraid they are, no matter how uncomfortable they are, they'll always do it from a place of love because it's the right thing to do. And abundance as well. They know that the more money and effort they put into things, the more it's going to come, and they're not afraid of spending things, of investing in things, of trying things, because they know that the more good stuff that they put out there, the more good stuff is going to come in. An emotionally immature person operates from a have to. I have to go to work. I have to do this. I have to do that. Because of that, everything is very forced. It's kind of like pulling teeth with them. And it's almost like when you make your kids go to school. It's like they go kicking and screaming. An emotionally mature person operates from I choose to. So I choose to go to work. I choose to have this job I have. I choose to go to the gym because at the end of the day, they know that these things that they're choosing to do, the long-term benefit. So they see further ahead. They're just not looking at just like right now and like what's going to make me happy now. I don't want to do this right now. They're looking further ahead than that. So because of that, they choose to do these things and they choose to do it happily. An emotionally immature person is all self-centered. They're focused on what they can get. So what's in it for me? what do I want, what's best for me, what's going to make me happy. It's all about them, me, me, me. An emotionally mature person is other-centered. They're focused on giving. So how could they help somebody? How could I help these people? How could I help this person? How could I serve this person? How can I give? How can I help? An emotionally immature person is always going to seek security and self-protection. So again, this is very much never doing anything that where they're uncomfortable, where they're afraid. Their actions, everything they do is always to comfort them so that they feel safe, so they don't feel judged or ridiculed, or like they don't know what they're doing, or everything is just so that they feel safe. An emotionally mature person has no problem stepping out their comfort zone. It's not to say that they don't feel the same feelings. They obviously also feel afraid. They obviously also are nervous about if they're going to be judged or ridiculed, but they do it anyway because they know that once they get past that, well, they'll be the better for it, that they're going to grow from it. Along the same lines, an emotionally immature person will always avoid failure, rejection, and discomfort. So they may never go for those jobs that take a little more effort or stick around during tough times. They can't take it. They don't want to feel like they fail. They don't want to be rejected. They don't want to feel uncomfortable at any point. They just cannot handle that. An emotionally mature person seeks growth. So whatever it is, they will stick it out because they want to grow, because they know that at one point or another they will get past it, and they seek growth in any opportunity. An emotionally immature person also often alienates and separates themselves from others. Let's all face it, there's people out there that just piss us off, we all know those people. We all know those people that when we go to them, we're talking shit, or they always say something. Wherever there's people, there's going to be some kind of drama. So an emotionally immature person is very careful to not surround themselves with that, because again, they don't have the emotional capacity to deal with it. They don't know how to reflect. They don't know how to internally deal with these things. So to avoid getting upset or making a fool of themselves, they just avoid those situations altogether. An emotionally mature person seeks unity with others. These people look for a community, building a relationship with people, because they know that no one succeeds in this life alone, and you are the people you surround yourself with. So these people don't avoid, they don't alienate themselves. These people are often searching for that community that they can build with someone else. An emotionally immature person also lives either in the past or the future. So these people are always dwelling on what used to be, the good times, or oh, I miss that so much, and this and that. Or they're always dwelling on the future, like, oh, well, I hope one day this, or I hope one day that, or someday this or someday that. An emotionally mature person is focused on the present. So it's not to say that, again, they haven't thought of the past, they haven't thought of times before, and of course they think of the future, they think of what they want, but they know very well that there's nothing they can do about the past. And as for the future is right now. I'm trying to sound corny, but it is. Whatever you do right now is affecting your future, and they know that. They don't focus on either one of those things. They're focused on what they're doing right now. They live in the present. And not just that, they know very well that you can only enjoy your life right now. If you're always looking ahead or looking back, you're not enjoying what's in front of you right now. So that's it, you guys. That's emotional immaturity versus emotional maturity. And please don't feel like this video was to bag on anybody. There are some things on the emotional immaturity side that I do, this is just for you to get perspective. Again, these are things that no one teaches us. No one teaches us these emotional intelligence things. No one teaches us, like, hey, when you act like that, that's kind of childish. Like, no one tells us these things. So I'm here to tell you these things. For me to grow, for you to grow, for all of us to improve. There's always room for us to improve. And this is to serve you in the long run. I know if you clicked on this video, it's because you want to get better, because you want to grow, and because, sometimes you find yourself in these situations where you don't know how to handle them. And looking at things like this, looking at things that you may be doing that will be considered emotionally immature, and here you were thinking that you're emotionally mature, will give you perspective so that you can make it better, so you can do something about it. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you heard, please hit the subscribe button, like this video, and comment below, how do you want to grow emotionally?